Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Michael Cole, the voice of the WWE. And I am going to give you my Monday Night Raw report. And this is my second video on Wrestling Renegades 1. So let's start with the report, shall we? I thought it was a pretty good show last night. We started the first match off with CM Punk versus Luke Harper. I called the match along with JBL and Jerry the King Lawler. It was a good back and forth match. CM Punk ended up winning when he countered a big clothesline, landing him to a pin position and landed the victory. Then our backstage interviewer, Renee Young, ended up interviewing CM Punk, and CM Punk ended up saying that he's not the only one that's got unfinished business with the Wyatt family. Good backstage promo. And then we do an interview with Paul Heyman via telephone. Basically, Paul Heyman tells the audience and me that he was in Europe and that he was seeing a number of specialists for the slew of injuries he suffered at the hands of CM Punk. Among his many injuries are spine trauma, a herniated back, bruised kidneys, a nasal fraction, and facial swellings. Basically, Heyman started getting teary-eyed, said that CM Punk beat up an innocent man. After the match, CM Punk and the entire WWE universe owes him an apology. I asked Paul Heyman if he was crying. He ended up hanging up on me. The next match was Ryback versus the Great Khali. Ryback, of course, ended up winning the match. Then we had the third match, Kofi Kingston versus Alberto Del Rio. It was an okay match. Alberto Del Rio ended up winning via cross armbreaker. Then we had a lawsuit video with Triple H and his wife Stephanie. Then, of course, because there was a WWE app on which opponent Randy Orton would face tonight. The choices were Dolph Ziggler, Big E Langston, and The Miz. Of course, Big E Langston ended up getting the vote, and Randy Orton ended up defeating CM Punk. It was a great match. Then we had Fandango and Summer Rae versus Tyson Kidd and Natalia. Of course, the winners of that match were Tyson Kidd and Natalia, and congratulations to Tyson Kidd and Natalia for getting married this weekend. First time they wrestled as husband and wife. Then, of course, Damian Santos was interviewed talking about his loss to John Cena last week. Santos basically said when he looked in the mirror after the loss, he didn't see the intelligent save of the unwashed masses. Instead, he saw a man who would stop at nothing to get what he wants. Then that hypocrite Zeb Colton, the real Americans Jack Swagger, and Antonio Zarzo dropped in on the interview and said that they would defeat Cody Rhodes and Goldust for the second time later in the night. Of course, it ended up being a six-man tag match. The World Heavyweight Champion John Cena teamed up with Cody Rhodes and Goldust, the WWE Tag Team Champions, and defeated the Real Americans of Damian Santos. Of course, Alberto Del Rio and that racist hypocrite, Zeb Colter, ended up agreeing with certain things on commentary, which was very, very odd. And of course, they himself told me to shut up. And JBL, of course, made fun of it. Of course, the match was a very good match, and John Cena and Cody Rhodes and Goldust were the winners. Goldust ended up getting the win with the final cut. Then Big Show was seen walking around. SmackDown General Manager Vicky Guerrero went to Triple H's office to inform him of Big Show's arrival. Triple H wondered how he got in the building, and Stephanie McMahon was the one that invited him in. Triple H was upset, of course, but it was due to the board of directors that demanded he come in. Then Triple H ended up receiving, and then we had a match. Dolph Ziggler versus Curtis Axel. It was an okay match. Dolph Ziggler ended up winning the match. Then we had matches like the Usos versus 3MB, Drew McIntyre, Heath Slater. The Usos were the winners of the match. Then we had a weird backstage segment where our colleague, Renee Young, ended up interviewing Los Matadors. El Torito, the Bull, ended up saying he was a little horny, but she did a little wiggle. Okay. I don't know what to say about that. Then we had the Battle Twins, Eva Marie versus AJ Lee, Tamina, and Oksana. And that match ended up to a no contest. And then Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, the best, came out in a deep and adeptly dressed Big Show. Came to the ring with a big smile in the face as he was running for office in South Carolina. Stephanie McMahon announced that both parties agreed to settle the lawsuit and lawyers were getting involved. And that's Big Show. So what do you want? Big Show basically asked to get his job back. Stephanie McMahon gave him his job back. But Big Show wanted a WWE Championship match at first. And, of course, our CEO Triple H, we said no at first. Then Big Show walked away, which Triple H reluctantly changed his mind and said yes. And Big Show asked Triple H to say yes many times and ended up getting in the ring with him and demanding he say yes one more time, which Triple H agreed to. And then Triple H booked him into a handicap match against The Shield and Randy Orton, which ended up in a no contest because this match ended up a beatdown. Well, anyway, I hope the Big Show is okay. To me, this is just another abuse of power from Triple H and Stephanie McMahon the best. Anyway, I enjoyed calling the show. I thought it was a good show. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the show. So anyway, we are Renegades and we stand united. And tomorrow, I will be giving my thoughts on the Scott Casey Gale, our president of Wrestling Renegades 1, versus Michael Miner and Daniel McCarthy field. I will also, and sometime Friday, and also check up this Friday, I will be conducting an interview with Scott Casey Gale and Daniel McCarthy, aka Bronco Boy DM1. Anyway, have a nice day, YouTube viewers. Peace out, and live long and prosper. Anyway, subscribe to Wrestling Renegades, subscribe to Will Field number 1, subscribe to Kilbert's Wrestling Show 56, subscribe to Godzilla Hawk, subscribe to The Miz's Awesome Michael Miner, and subscribe to Bronco Boy DM1 and Aaron Love's WWE TNA. Hey. And I look forward to doing more wrestling videos on here as well. Goodbye and good night, Wrestling Renegades. And Michael Miner, I am a real person, just to let you know. I am not a toy. I saw that little comment. So I just wanted to prove to you that you're real. And I hope you make a video on me. And I would love to see Bronco Boy DM1 and the rest of the Wrestling Renegade members make a video response on me as well. Thank you. Thank you and good night again.